June 9th, 2014. My name is Jason Bunn Parsons, and I'm an autistic self-advocate. I've been gone out in the last little over a week to do any demonstrations because of a number of personal matters that have come up, but I did finally go out to Channel 12, the local NBC affiliate here in Phoenix, Arizona, USA, and they called the police on me. And in any case, so the police came and they did something that not only the news media here in Phoenix hasn't done, but also the autism establishment hasn't done either. They actually talked to me. They actually worked with me to find an acceptable solution to my grievances. You know, if the autism establishment actually took this approach, there would be no need for an autistic self-advocacy movement. But the fact that they refuse to do this is the whole reason why it's necessary for autistics to speak out against them. But in any case, one of the things that they told me about is that they have a community relations squad. And part of what they do is they help different organizations who want to do protests to be more effective. Okay, and I still don't have all the details as far as what they do and do not do in order to help organizations, but nevertheless, an example of what they did do was back in 2007 when the immigrant rights debates started really heating up, and they started doing these mass protests that became a complete nuisance to everybody because they were just simply marching down the street, blocking businesses, including some who were actually sympathetic to them, but basically acting with complete disregard towards everybody around them. So it's my understanding that this police squad went, talked to them, and got them organized in a more effective manner, and since then they've made that they've been able to make an impact in getting a lot of stuff done that they've wanted done. Okay, and so when I look at the reason why the autistic self-advocacy movement has failed here in Phoenix, a major reason is that we haven't really been organized. We started a Arizona chapter of the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network back in September of 2012, but nevertheless, there's a lot of problems which I'm not going to go into right now. But as far as us being effective in how we get out our message, that was a major problem, why we never really accomplished anything. In fact, we didn't accomplish anything. To be flat out honest, we accomplished nothing because the methods that we were using were not effective. And so with this new information, it gives me hope that I can go this Saturday to the monthly autism support group and try to get the self-advocacy movement back and active for the first time in 2 years, and maybe actually accomplish something this time. But nevertheless, for us to succeed, there needs to be some other things happen as well. One is that the autistic self-advocates have to be open to the concept of constructive dialogue. Okay, this is one of the divisive issues, as I mentioned in previous videos, is that I stood alone believing in constructive dialogue. Now, it may not seem like that, with what I've been doing lately, but what I've been doing lately is a direct consequence of people refusing to engage in constructive dialogue, and so yes, I went out to get attention. And so anyways, nevertheless, this needs to be a priority, not just simply doing protests, and in order for no other reason but to bring complete unity to the autistic self-advocacy community is by being willing to doing all the ideas that the group wants, instead of being closed-minded to the possibility that some other methodology different than what each individual believes should work, just give these other methodologies a chance, okay? And then a second reason why we failed is because it was just the autistics that were involved in our activities, and we received almost zero tangible support from those outside the autistic community. And part of that is the fact that the platform that the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network has is, in my opinion, extremely divisive and is extremely hostile towards non-autistics. And so that's one reason why I believe that the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network will be very limited in its effectiveness because of their positions on a number of issues, which I'm not going to get into. So another thing that we need to do is we need to just organize ourselves. We may in time affiliate with some national network, but for right now, we need to organize ourselves according to a platform, an inclusive platform that encourages everybody in the autism community to come and join us. Okay, and that includes the autism establishment, who up to this point has refused to engage us in dialogue. And again, watch the series of videos, talking about everything that we've done to play by the rules, and how they absolutely have not responded. But nevertheless, we need to have a platform that's effective, and we need to have people show up. And this isn't just an autistic issue. Back when I was working with refugees, and trying to organize people to volunteer to help out the refugee community. Again, pats on the back, go get them, but nobody actually showing up to do anything. And that's more systemic of our culture in general. And I'm not sure about other cultures, but in America, here's $50 to go help these people. Now leave me alone while I go, and do whatever I want. Because that's not my job. Helping people isn't my job. That's your job. So here's $50. Go do it. And we need to stop having that mentality as a society. And again, this isn't just limited to the autism community. This is American society in general. That's if you actually believe in a cause, you need to show up in public and show your support for that cause, whatever it is, whether it's autism or whatever it is. You need to actually show up and show support for that cause instead of just patting a handful of advocates on their back, say, go get them, and here's $50, now leave me alone. Okay, America needs to stop doing that. All right, and again, that may not be unique to American culture, but it is definitely something that I've seen in America that has been driving me insane for decades. Since I've been an all-around social advocate. And I'm not going to go into that full list, but anyways, that's really why all these organizations, why all these movements fail, is because even though they're great ideas, and people support the concept, in theory, they don't support it in practice. They don't go out and show that, yes, we support these people, and so that's really what needs to happen. And if basically nobody shows up to support us again, like they did, from 2012 2010 to 2012, okay. Basically, we're going to fail again. Okay, somebody needs to show up and actually say that, yes, we support this. Okay, if we establish a meeting and invite people to go and to come and discuss these grievances, somebody needs to show up. And I'm not just talking about the autism establishment. I'm talking about our parents, our friends, our significant others, anybody that's that cares about us. They need to show up to these meetings to show that they support the right of autistics to express their grievances and to have these grievances met. If this does not happen, then the Autistic Self-Advocacy movement here in Phoenix will fail once again, just as it has in the past, and thus prompting me to go back to my civil disobedience. So if you want me to stop being annoying, and doing my little civil disobedience thing, then show up. You say that, that you support autistics, prove it. Show up.